explain what is adiabatic expansion and what is Joule's expansion. See, in previous class I explained distinguish between Joule's expansion and adiabatic expansion. So I tell you Joule's expansion is a free expansion, but adiabatic expansion is not a free expansion. So in Joule expansion, the gas is expanded into vacuum and hence it does not do any external work. But in case of adiabatic expansion, the compressed gas is suddenly released to atmosphere. So that's why it do some external work against to the pressure of atmosphere. But in this case, Joule expansion is a free expansion, so there is no external work. But every gas do some internal work, so therefore that internal work is always done by the gas against the intermolecular force of attraction. Understand? So due to this intermolecular force of attraction, some internal work is done. So therefore this internal work done is right now internal work done is the total net work done. So due to this situation, it produces either cooling or heating effect depends upon their initial temperature. But in case of adiabatic expansion, not like that. It produces some additional external work done at the same time, and it do some internal work done also. So therefore, net work done is nothing but external work done plus internal work done. So therefore, this process is very fast process and no appreciable heat flow in the gas from the surroundings. So hence, the external work done is from the internal energy of the gas. Thus, the gas will become cooling. Okay. So this is the main distinguish between adiabatic and Joule's expansion. Understand? So now I'll move to next very important essay question. So this is a very important essay question. Okay. So that essay question is today we will discuss about. So many times in public examination this question is given. So for the, before going to that question, I'll bypass the screen. Two parts. Okay. So right. Today I'll explain expression for Joule-Thomson cooling. Expression for Joule-Thomson cooling. So right now I want to find out the expression for Joule-Thomson cooling. See, every topic is looked like almost any okila అనిపిస్తున్నాయి చూడండి. Joule Kelvin effect, Joule-Thomson porous plug experiment, Joule-Thomson cooling. So don't confuse it. Okay. So please properly listen and carefully read. You will get clarification and you will get understand what the question is given. You can clearly idea. If you read the question perfectly, after then you will know very well what they are asking, what you will write. Okay. So this is the expression for Joule-Thomson cooling. Okay. And it's very important. Right now, again I consider a porous plug experiment, porous plug diagram. So for that purpose, I'll go to previous. Once again I take this diagram. Okay, same diagram. Once again I draw this diagram because this is a porous plug experiment diagram. So once again I draw this diagram. I simply draw this diagram. Don't do that much of hangama. So for suppose here I am consider a thermally insulated cylinder. This is a thermally insulated cylinder and divided into two components. So two compartments, divided into two compartments by a porous plug. So I am using porous plug inside. This is actually thermally insulated cylinder. This is a porous plug, and this compartment, for suppose if you write, this is a PQ chamber. Okay, this is called capital P and capital Q, isolated thermally insulated cylinder. PQ thermally insulated cylinder. Okay, and this thermally insulated cylinder is now divided into two compartments by using a porous plug. This is a porous plug. I use different colors for porous plug. This is a porous plug. Okay. And this is a porous plug. Right. So this is a porous plug. porous plug. Okay, and for I'm using two pistons. The first piston is capital A. I'm using two pistons. This is the piston A. Piston A. And this is the piston B. Okay, so you'll write this is a piston A and this is the piston B. Like I'm using another shadow color of two pistons. Right. This is the piston A and this is the piston B. Okay, so I'm using two pistons right now. And what is the pressure of the gas? If I am poured the gas into first compartment, the pressure of this gas is P1 and volume of the gas is V1, and the pressure of the second gas is P2 and volume of the second gas is V2. Understand? Okay, and this chamber is maintained at high constant pressure and this chamber is maintained at low constant pressure. Everybody know very well, because initially it maintains high constant pressure and finally second chamber contains low constant pressure. Okay, so everything will be explained in previous class, so I don't waste my time to explain this diagram continuously, because you already know that this chamber, first chamber contains pressure P1 and volume V1 at constant high pressure, and second chamber contains pressure P2 and volume V2 at high constant pressure. Now suppose A is the piston from first chamber, and see, if you consider 1 mole of gas inside, okay, 1 mole of gas inside. Now see, suppose the piston A, I'll apply some force to the piston A. I'm applying some force to the piston A. Then what will be happen? This force will slowly move this piston of 1 gram mole of gas through this porous plug at constant pressure P1. Okay. Now escaped gas pushes back the piston B subjected to a tell me, I already explained these things in previous class. Okay, subjected to a small constant pressure P2. Okay, so therefore if you apply some force to this piston capital A, then this piston will move towards to porous plug. Then the gas, whatever the gas present in the first chamber, will escape through this porous plug. Okay, and this escaped gas will pushes the piston B. So therefore now this gas will do some work on the piston B, and this, so in first case also work done and second case also work done. So in first case, how you calculate the work done? Because if you apply some force to this piston, means this piston is compressed with this gas, and means the work done. See here what we calculate. So some external work is done to moving this piston. So therefore the work done on the gas by this piston. Okay, so the work done on the gas by the piston we can calculate. At the same time, some external work done this gas also. Okay, so that work done also we can find out. So that therefore the external work done by the gas on the piston B is also we can find out. అర్థమైందండి మీకు చెప్పింది? అంటే ఏమవుతుందంటే ఇన్సైడ్ కొంత గ్యాస్ ఉంది కదా, ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడ కొంత ఫోర్స్ తో నేను అప్లై చేసినప్పుడు పిస్టన్ ఏ మూవ్ అవుతుంది. ఈ పిస్టన్ ఏ అనేది ఈ గ్యాస్ మీద పనిచేసింది. ఓకేనా, ఈ గ్యాస్ మీద పనిచేసింది, అప్పుడు ఎక్స్టర్నల్ వర్క్ డన్ వచ్చింది. అంటే ఈ ప్రెషర్ అనేది ఈ గ్యాస్ మీద పనిచేసింది. నా ఈ గ్యాస్ ఎస్కేప్ అయ్యి ఈ గ్యాస్ ఏం చేసింది, ఇక్కడ ఉన్న పిస్టన్ ని మూవ్ చేసింది, ముందుకి పుష్ చేసింది. ఇలా పుష్ చేయడం వల్ల ఇక్కడ కొంత పని జరిగింది. కానీ ఇప్పుడు ఈ పని ఎవరు చేశారు? ఇన్సైడ్ ఉన్న గ్యాస్ చేసింది. ఇందాక గ్యాస్ మీద పని ఎవరు చేశారు? పిస్టన్ చేసింది. అదే తేడా. ఎక్స్టర్నల్ వర్క్ డన్ బై ద గ్యాస్ ఆన్ ద గ్యాస్. ఈ రెండు నౌ ఐ వాంట్ టు ఫైండ్ అవుట్. ఓకే, సో దేర్ఫోర్ ఐ వాంట్ టు ఫైండ్ అవుట్. Say here everything remaining everything is common, because in previous class also I'll explain that concept only. Okay, see, I'll move to that pages. So this porous plug experiment, what this porous plug Joule Kelvin effect porous plug experiment also I explain the external work done. See here also I'll find out the external work done on the gas by the piston A and work done by the gas on the piston A. See, on the gas by the piston, by the gas on the piston. See the difference of the two external work done. Right. Okay. So right now I want to find out that external work done. So simply I'll write the external work done on the gas, the external work done on the gas by the piston capital A. By the piston capital A is P1 V1, because pressure into volume is nothing but external work done. So therefore the external work done by the gas on the piston B, so that is called P2 V2. Now what is the net work done? Net work done. So net work done means final work done minus initial work done. Final work done is P2 V2. So therefore net work done W is equal to P2 V2 minus P1 V1. So this is the final work done minus initial work done. This gives net work done. Okay, so I'll find the net work done right now. I'm using van der Waals gas right now. Okay, so according to van der Waals gas equation, the attraction between the molecules are almost equivalent to internal pressure. Okay, so according to what van der Waals says that the attraction between any molecules, so inside gas molecules are there, so the attraction between the any molecules are almost equivalent to internal pressure. So van der Waals says that okay, the attraction between any molecules in inside the gas almost equivalent to their internal pressure. That internal pressure is nothing but A by B square. Okay, so according to van der Waals equation, the attraction between the molecules is equivalent to an internal pressure, Okay, so this concept was explained by van der Waals actually. So from that equation also he produced the in equation. ఆ ఈక్వేషన్ లో కూడా అతను క్లియర్ గా చెప్పారండి, ఎప్పుడైనా సరే గ్యాస్ లో ఉండే ఇన్సైడ్ మాలిక్యూల్స్ ఒకదానికి ఒకటి అట్రాక్షన్ జరిగితే ఆ అట్రాక్షన్ ఆల్మోస్ట్ ఈక్వల్ టు దర్ ఇంటర్నల్ ప్రెషర్ కి ఈక్వల్ అవుతుందంట. సో దాట్ ఇంటర్నల్ ప్రెషర్ ఇస్ నథింగ్ బట్ A by B square. సో అతని ఈక్వేషన్ లో కూడా ఉంటుంది B plus A by B square. సో దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ B square. Where A is constant, okay, and B is nothing but volume. So B is nothing but volume occupied by the gas. Volume occupied by the gas. Okay, understand? Volume occupied by the gas. So here I want to find out the volume expansion. Now how much volume will be expanded? See, if the piston A is moving means some volume will be changed in the first chamber, and similarly the volume is expanded. Volume will be expanded in the second chamber. So now the volume changes from V1 to V2. సో ఏదైనా ఫోర్స్ దీని మీద అప్లై అయింది అంటే ఖచ్చితంగా ఎందులో వాల్యూమ్ చేంజ్ అవుతుంది, ఎందులో వాల్యూమ్ చేంజ్ అవుతుంది. నౌ ఐ వాంట్ టు ఫైండ్ అవుట్ ద వాల్యూమ్ చేంజ్ ఫ్రమ్ V1 to V2. సో హియర్ ఐ వాంట్ టు ఫైండ్ అవుట్ here the volume change here the volume change, so that change is nothing but expand. Okay, volume change or expand, volume expands from V1 to V2. Understand? So if you apply pressure means the volume change in first chamber, and similarly volume change in second chamber also. Now the volume expandation is nothing but V2 minus V1. So V2 minus V1 times the volume will be expanded in this thermally insulating cylinder. So right now this pressure, this is the pressure, whatever the pressure is inside the gas, that pressure is A by V square, and this pressure will be changes this much of volume. And A by V square is nothing but equivalent to internal pressure. Now this internal pressure will be changed in the first chamber as well as second chamber from volume V1 to V2. So I want to calculate that change, and that change is also I'm including this external work done. So for that purpose I want to find out V1 integration V2, because change will be considered as integration V1 V2 A by. So it is not possible to write here. So please note everybody, I'll move to next page. Please note everybody, I'll move to next page because place is very less. It's not suitable to write here. Otherwise, I will move the screen right now. Once again. Okay. See. So I want to find out the volume expansion. So for that purpose, I integrate this pressure. Integrate A by V square dV, because that pressure P and the change in volume, that is nothing but also work done. This is also work done, because if volume will be changed from V1 to V2 means, so definitely there is a internal work done will be high. I already find out what is the work done, external work done, but internal work done I want to find out, because according to Van der Waals tells attraction between the molecules is equivalent to internal pressure. So this internal pressure and the changing volume will gives the internal work done. So first of all, I see here I am already find out the external work done. Now I want to find out the internal work done here. Now internal work done plus external work done will gives total work done. Okay, understand? So here external work done will be already done due to movement of the pistons. Now inside gas molecules are attracted, so therefore internally some work is done due to against of this intermolecular force of attraction. So for that purpose some work is done. Now I want to find out that work. According to find out that work P into dV, that work is also represented. మీకు అర్థమవుతుందని నేను చెప్తుంది, ఇంటర్నల్ గా కూడా కొంత వర్క్ జరుగుతుంది, బికాస్ ఇంటర్మాలిక్యులర్ ఫోర్స్ ఆఫ్ అట్రాక్షన్ ని ఎలిమినేట్ చేయడానికి ఆ వర్క్ ని కూడా నేను ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేసి దీనికి యాడ్ చేయాలి. అర్థమవుతుందా అండి? నా ఇక్కడ ఏం జరుగుతుంది అంటే ఇంటర్నల్ గా ఇక్కడ కొంత వరకు జరిగిపోయింది ఆల్రెడీ, అది ఎక్స్టర్నల్ వర్క్. పిస్టన్స్ మూవ్ చేయడం అనేది ఎక్స్టర్నల్ వర్క్. ఆ ఎక్స్టర్నల్ వర్క్ నేను కనుక్కున్నాను P2 V2 minus P1 V1. బట్ ఇన్సైడ్ గ్యాస్ మాలిక్యూల్స్ పోరస్ ప్లగ్ లోంచి ట్రావెల్ అవ్వగానే ఏమవుతున్నాయంటే ఇన్సైడ్ దాని యొక్క మాలిక్యులర్ ఫోర్స్ ఆఫ్ అట్రాక్షన్ కి అగెనిస్ట్ గా కొంత వర్క్ చేస్తుంది. అవి అంటుకుపోతే ఈ మూవ్మెంట్ జరగదు. అవి అంటుకోకుండా కొంత ఏం చేస్తుంది, ఆ రిపల్షన్ ఫోర్స్ కి అగెనిస్ట్ ఫోర్స్ ని క్రియేట్ చేస్తుంది, అట్రాక్షన్ ఫోర్స్ కి అగెనిస్ట్ రిపల్షన్ ఫోర్స్ ని క్రియేట్ చేస్తుంది. దానికోసం కొంత ఎనర్జీ యూజ్ అవుతుంది. ఆ ఎనర్జీయే వర్క్ డన్ గా మారుతుంది. ఆ వర్క్ డన్ కావాలంటే W = P dot dV కదా, చేంజ్ ఇన్ వాల్యూమ్. సో నౌ ఐ వాంట్ టు ఫైండ్ అవుట్ దట్ ప్రెషర్. ఆ ప్రెషర్ అనేది ఇన్సైడ్ ద మాలిక్యూల్స్ దీనికి ఈక్వల్ అవుతుంది అని చెప్పారు. దిస్ ఇస్ ద ప్రెషర్ టర్మ్. ఓకే, సో రైట్, ఇప్పుడు మీకు క్లారిటీ వచ్చింది. నౌ ఐ వాంట్ టు explain all these things. So integral from V1 to V2. So that change will be from V1 to V2. Now this equation will be written as A is a constant and simply integrate 1 by V square V1 to V2. So what is the integration of 1 by x square? That is nothing but a times of minus 1 by v. So this is the integration. Minus 1 by v square is minus 1 by v integration, and simply substitute v1 v2 as the limits. Okay, so please note everybody. I'll move to next page. Okay, so shall we move the next page? See, finally I got this equation is, so this equation is a times, once again I divide this equation into by parts this is a. Okay. A times of, once again I'll write minus 1 by v into v2, sorry, v1 v2. Okay, see in previous I write that equation, a into 1 minus v. So simply substitute this limits, so therefore we will get a times of, see, minus 1 by v2 minus of minus plus 1 by v1. So finally we get this equation is a by v1 minus a by v2. So this is the internal work done. So this is nothing but internal work done. Internal work done. So right now I want to write complete work done. Okay, so complete work done. So what is complete work done? Complete work done means already I complete work done. So I already in previous case I explained. See, this is the external work done, P2 V2 minus P1 V1. So simply add total work done. W is equal to P2 V2 minus P1 V1 plus this external work done, A by V1 minus A by V2. So right now this is equation 1. Understand everybody? So when a gas is moving from chamber A to chamber B, now gas will be do two works. First one is external work done. By using the piston moment, we can find out the external work done, and after that, inside the gas, do some internal work done against the intermolecular force of attraction. I want to find out that internal work done. After that, both are adding. Understand? Both are adding. So we'll get first equation. Now, right now I'm using again Van der Waals gas equation. So Van der Waals gas equation. Consider Van der Waals gas equation. Van der Waals gas equation. According to Van der Waals gas equation, what is that gas equation? P plus A by V square into V minus B is equal to RT. So this is a Van der Waals gas equation. So simply split this equation. P into V, like, okay, multiply. P into V. If you consider P into V minus, okay, P into V minus P into V plus A into V divided by V square, A by V, plus minus AB by V square is equal to RT. Okay, so simply here this is the AB, both are constant, it may get higher value. So please neglect the higher values. For this purpose, I'll take this is a 0, like neglect the higher terms. So only take the value PB minus PB plus A by B is equal to RT. Okay, so for our simple convenience, I'll use this equation initially and finally. Initially pressure is P1, volume is V1, and finally pressure is P2, volume is V2. So for that purpose, I divided this equation into initial and final equation. So initial equation P1 V1 minus P1 V plus A by V1 is equal to RT. Don't take T1 because here temperature is changing. Okay, so temperature will be suffered, but I'm not talking about the temperature right now. So how the cooling depends upon only pressure and volume. So that's why I'm not consider T as a T1, T2 right now. Okay, so here I want to eliminate the T term by using this formula only. See how the temperature will be eliminated. Now, similarly, finally, P2 V2 minus P2 V plus A divided by V2 is equal to RT. So I'll get two equations. By using this Van der Waals gas equation. Now I want to rearrange this equation. So this equation will be rearranged. See, P1 V1 is equal to, simply you will move these two equations into the right hand side. Okay, so RT plus P1V minus A by V1. Now similarly this equation is also moving the side. P2 V2 is equal to RT plus P2V minus A by V2. So why? Because I'm doing like this, because see, this formula is two ways actually. This is came from Van der Waals assumption, this is came from ideal gas assumption. Okay, so మనకి ఇక్కడ ఐడియల్ గ్యాస్ అసంప్షన్ లో ఇది వచ్చింది, వాన్ డెర్ వాల్ గ్యాస్ అసంప్షన్ లో ఇది వచ్చింది. ఈ రెండిటిని మనం తీసుకుంటున్నప్పుడు ఒకే ఫార్ములా ఉండేటట్టు చూసుకోవాలి, ఒకే ఫార్ములా మెయింటైన్ చేయాలి. సో వి వాంట్ టు మెయింటైన్ సేమ్ ఫార్మ్ బికాస్ దీస్ టూ ఆర్ టూ డిఫరెంట్ కాన్సెప్ట్స్. సో టూ డిఫరెంట్ కాన్సెప్ట్స్ అట్ ఏ టైం సాల్వ్ చేయడం కష్టం, అందుకే ఒక కాన్సెప్ట్ లో మార్చాలి. కాబట్టి నేను అంతా వాన్ డెర్ వాల్ కాన్సెప్ట్ లో మారుస్తున్నాను. కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ P2 V2 వాల్యూస్ ని ఇందులో చేంజ్ చేయడానికి ట్రై చేస్తున్నాను. అప్పుడు సింగిల్ ఈక్వేషన్ ఫార్మ్ అవుతుంది ఒకే అసంప్షన్ లో. అర్థమవుతుందండి? Now, so simply you will use this concept. So now I want to P2 V2 minus P1 V1. So simply add this equation. So subtract equation P2 V2 minus P1 V1. Then what will be happen? RT will be cancelled. Understand? RT will be cancelled because same. Okay. Now, if you P2 V2 is the first concept, and that means RT plus P2 V minus A by V2, A by V2 minus RT, now this one, minus P1V plus A by V1. Okay, so simply cancel RT. So finally we'll get P2 V2 minus P1 V1 is equal to, simply take V common both equations. So therefore P2 minus P1 into small v. Now simply write plus A by V1 minus A by, so we will get this equation. So this equation is equation 2. Okay, simply substitute equation 2 in equation 1. Substitute equation 2 in equation 1. We get, see, simply substitute. So W is equal to, what is P2 V2 value? P2 minus P1 into V plus, see already A1 V1 minus A2 V2, A1 V1. So 2 times of A by V1 minus A by V2. So please note everybody. So finally we get this equation. Finally we will get this equation. Okay, understand? So simply okay. So this is equation 3. Okay, so please note everybody, this is equation. Make it fast, make it fast. Understand everybody what I am deriving right now. ఒకసారి మళ్ళీ అవసరమైతే you have to see this class in YouTube only. After 6 o'clock I'll post this class. You can understand very easily. So please subscribe everybody, because some of the students are not subscribed. Out of 400 students in this group, only 60 or 40% are subscribed to my channel. Remaining they don't want, I think. Okay, shall we move the next page? See here, a v1 by a divided by v1 and a divided by v2. So these are the almost similar quantities, like similar quantity a by v1, a by v2. So I want to change these similar quantities. Okay, so here a by v1 and a by v2 almost are similar quantities. Similar quantities. So we can use approximate relations. దానికోసం మనం ఏం చేయాలి? Approximate relations వాడాలి. We can use approximate relations. Okay, understand? So please note everybody. So for that purpose we can use approximate relations. Once again I'll consider what is the ideal gas equation. PV is equal to RT. Okay, in that equation I want V value. So please simply change it, because see here also I tell you RT value I can eliminate the temperatures right now. From adding of these two equations, T values will be cancelled. Okay, but this equation also I want to find out changing temperature only. So finally how changing temperature becomes through this equation. It's wonderful concepts actually, which was derived by Joule and Kelvin and Thomson. These are great scientists who involved to derive the solutions. Okay, now next page. So I simply bypass all this screen always. Okay, right, what we will get, a by v1 and a by v2 are almost similar quantities, I tell you. So that's why we can use approximate technique. So if you consider ideal gas equation once again, ideal gas, what is ideal gas? PV is equal to RT, because it is already one mole comes, I never write n molecules. So therefore now what is the value of V here? From this equation V is equal to RT by P. Okay, if you consider V1 is RT divided by P1, and similarly V2 will be written as RT divided by P2. Okay, so I get V1 and V2 both values. Simply you will substitute in this equation what is V1 and V2. So simply substitute in equation 3 these values. Substitute in equation 3. So in equation 3 we will get W is equal to, so first of all I'll write here P2 minus P1, P2 minus P1 into V, okay, plus 2 times C. What is A by V1? A by V1, A divided by V1. In place of V1 I will substitute this value. So that value is nothing but A into P1 divided by RT. If you substitute V1 is RT by P1, then this is A by V. Similarly minus AP2 divided by RT. Understand? Simply. Okay, so finally we get, see, simply I'll write this equation W is equal to 2 times of which parameters are common? A, RT. Okay, so A divided by RT. A divided by RT will be common. So this will be written as P1 minus P2. Okay. Similarly, you will take minus common here, minus common. Then this is P1 minus P2 into P. Understand? So from this equation, W is equal to, we can write minus P1 minus P2. Take common minus P1 minus P1 P2. Okay, not minus P1. Don't take minus. P1 minus P2 common. You will get P1 minus P2 common, 2A by RT minus. Understand? So finally we will get this equation. So this is the our total work done of the system. So understand, the work done, total work done by Joule-Thomson cooling effect is the internally, this is the total work done. Okay, so this is total okay. So understand, this is the total work done, right? Simply this is equation 4. Understand, right? So finally we will get W is equal to P1 minus P2 into 2A by RT minus B. So for now total work done will be K. And now I want to find out this W. What is this W? By using the formula. So first suppose let us consider, let us minus dt. For suppose minus dt. Why I am consider minus dt? Because it is a changing. For suppose dt is nothing but falling temperature. Falling temperature. So in previous class I already explained in porous plug experiment, in previously porous plug experiment, when a gas passes from higher constant pressure to lower constant pressure, then gas suffers some change in temperature. That is represented by temperature should be falling. So that's why that falling temperature will be indicated as minus dt. Okay, and alage Cp is the specific heat at constant pressure, because if you consider a gas, m mole of gas, m is the mass of the gas, then the mass of the gas is to be considered as a specific heat at the gas also. So Cp అనేది specific heat ప్రతిసారి మెన్షన్ చేస్తూ ఉండాలి మనం, మోలార్ అని కన్సిడర్ చేసినప్పుడల్లా specific heat వస్తుంది. Specific heat at constant pressure, then the amount of heat must be supplied. I want to find out the amount of heat must be supplied. The amount of heat must be supplied. The amount of heat must be supplied to restore the original temperature. So I want to find out the amount of how much amount of heat is supplied to restore the original temperature. అంటే అర్థం ఏంటి, ఎంత అమౌంట్ ఆఫ్ హీట్ అనేది దానికి పంపిస్తే దాని ఒరిజినల్ టెంపరేచర్ మళ్ళీ గెట్ ఇన్ అవుతుంది అనేది I want to find out. Okay, so that restored energy will be W is equal to minus Cp into dt into capital J. Here J is nothing but joules indication. Okay, so J is nothing but joules. Okay, so this is the restoring energy to supply the system, then it will again regain its original temperature. So you have to, this is the equation 5. Now equating both equations, that is 4 and 5. So you will get minus Cp dt into J. Cp dt into J is equal to P1 minus P2 into 2A by RT minus P. Okay, so finally you will get what is the changing temperature. That changing temperature dt is equal to minus P1 minus P2 divided by Cp into capital J into 2 2a by RT minus P. Understand? So this is your final equation. So this is the change in temperature. This is Joule-Thomson cooling temperature. Okay. So understand everybody, please note. Understand everybody? Your valuable suggestions in chat box. Is this question is understanding or not? Please, students. So same concept I explained from class to class every time. Okay, same concept I explained, but different models and different ideas. Actually, these are all. Okay, మీకు porous plug ఒక ఎక్స్పెరిమెంట్ చెప్పి అక్కడ నుంచి చేంజింగ్ టెంపరేచర్ కనుక్కోవడం. ఆఫ్టర్ దెన్ లో టెంపరేచర్ లోకి వచ్చాక గ్యాసెస్ అనేవి లో టెంపరేచర్ దగ్గర కూలింగ్ అనేది ఎగ్జిబిట్ అవుతుంది. నౌ ఐ వాంట్ టు ఫైండ్ అవుట్ ద కూలింగ్స్ ఫర్ డిఫరెంట్ కండిషన్స్. ఓకే, నా porous plug ఎక్స్పెరిమెంట్ లో ఏంటి బాయిల్స్ ల ద్వారా టెంపరేచర్స్ కనుక్కున్నారు, లో టెంపరేచర్స్. సేమ్ టైం this Joule-Thomson is also using both ideal and van der Waals gases situations conditionally. They are internal external work done based chesi they are find out the cooling temperature. Right. See, now what is this actually? 2a by RT is nothing but inversion temperature. This is called the minimum temperature. Okay, so this is the minimum temperature. Actually, zero ki follow avdaniki minimum on the temperature untundi kada, this is the minimum temperature. So this is called inversion temperature actually. Inversion temperature. Okay, so this temperature is represented by actually is V only. Okay, V is equal to 2a by RT. Okay, so from this equation you will write simply. From this equation you will write V Ti. This is called inversion temperature. Ti is equal to 2a by RV. So this is called inversion temperature. Inversion temperature. This is called inversion temperature. So in this condition, inversion temperature will come. See, this inversion temperature law, you will replace this 2a. You will replace this 2a by RT. In the place of 2a by RT, small v. Here, this is the small v. If you substitute this small v in this above equation, then v minus v will be 0, dt will be 0. V minus v will be 0, dt will be 0. That means dt is almost 0. Then that is nothing but changing temperature. dt is 0. Then temperature remains constant. Understand? Remains constant. If you consider this is the inversion temperature. Okay, this inversion temperature is actually 2a by RB is the inversion temperature. 2a by RB. Okay, then 2a by RT is nothing but if you move this b this side and you will rearrange this equation. 2a by RT values minus b. If you substitute b here, b minus b will be cancelled, then dt is equal to 0. Then T temperature remains constant. If the temperature remains constant, then definitely it now. So the temperature remains constant means dt is changes. Dt is nothing but the changing temperature is 0. Then temperature remains constant means, so definitely this doesn't show any cooling effect or heating effect. Understand? So I'll explain the special cases like in next page. See, I'll move to next page. So simply the first case is if 2a by RT value is much greater than b. Not greater than, less than, take less than b, less than b. So 2a by RT is less than b. If you take this condition, then dt is always positive, always positive. How can say this is always positive? Because if this value is already, I know that RA by 2a by RT value is a small b, because according to inversion temperature formula, Ti is equal to 2a by Rb is the inversion temperature formula. This is the minimum temperature. After crossing this minimum temperature, the gas will be cooling. Okay, so from this equation, 2a by RT is equal to b. So if simply substitute this b, b minus b will be 0. So entire dt will be 0. Then T remains constant. Okay, so if the temperature remains constant, therefore after that the gas was not showing any cooling effect or heating effect. Understand? So that's why I consider this case. If 2a by RT is less than b, then dt will be always positive. So inversion temperature kante ఈ వాల్యూ ఎక్కువ ఉంటే దాని అప్పుడు అది పాజిటివ్ చూపిస్తుంది. దిస్ కండిషన్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ heating effect. Then gases should be heated at this temperature. And the second case is, if 2a by RT value is greater than b, then dt is always negative. This shows cooling effect. Understand? Cooling effect. Okay, so ante meeru ee equation చూడండి, ఈ ఈక్వేషన్ లో 2a by RT వాల్యూ b తీసుకోకూడదు. b తీసుకుంటే టెంపరేచర్ రిమైన్స్ కాన్స్టెంట్ అవుతుంది, ఎందుకంటే dt వాల్యూ 0 అయిపోతుంది. dt వాల్యూ 0 అయితే అర్థం ఏంటి? నైదర్ హీటింగ్ నార్ కూలింగ్ ఎఫెక్ట్ అనేది ఎగ్జిస్ట్ అవుతుంది. అంటే గ్యాస్ హీట్ ఎక్కదు, టెంపరేచర్ రైజ్ అవ్వదు. అదే దాని అర్థం ఏంటి? కూలింగ్ ఎఫెక్ట్ ఉండదు, హీటింగ్ ఎఫెక్ట్ ఉండదు. కాబట్టి నీకు కూలింగ్ అవ్వాలంటే గ్యాస్ ఏం చేయాలి? ఎయిదర్ 2a RT అనేది మాక్సిమం గ్రేటర్ దాన్ b అయి ఉండాలి. అలా తీసుకుంటే మనకి ఏమవుతుంది? కూలింగ్ ఎఫెక్ట్ అనేది ప్రొడ్యూస్ అవుతుంది. అప్పుడే గ్యాసెస్ అనేవి కూల్ అవుతాయి. 2a by RT అనేది గ్రేటర్ దాన్ b. దిస్ ఈస్ నథింగ్ బట్ ఇన్వర్షన్ టెంపరేచర్. యాక్చువల్ గా దీన్ని మనం ఏమంటాం? థర్డ్ కేస్ లో చూస్తే ఇన్వర్షన్ టెంపరేచర్ గురించి తెలుస్తుంది. థర్డ్ కేస్ లో 2a by RT is equal to b అయింది అనుకోండి, ఈ కేస్ లో ఏమవుతుంది? dt వాల్యూ 0 అయిపోతుంది. సో dt is almost 0. So that is T remains constant. T remains constant, and it is known as inversion temperature. Okay, and that is capital T I is equal to 2a by RB. So this is the inversion temperature formula. Okay, understand? So make the inversion temperature kante ఆ కాన్స్టెంట్ b ఏదైతే గ్యాసెస్ లో ఉండే కాన్స్టెంట్ వాన్ డర్ వాల్ కాన్స్టెంట్ ఉందో, ఆ కాన్స్టెంట్ అనేది కంటే ఇన్వర్షన్ టెంపరేచర్ ఎక్కువ ఉంటే అప్పుడు మీకు కూలింగ్ టెంపరేచర్ అనేది ఎగ్జిస్ట్ అవుతుంది. అంటే ఏ గ్యాస్ అయినా కూల్ చేయాలంటే దిస్ ఈస్ ద కండిషన్. కండిషన్ 2 is a very great condition. If you, this is the value of inversion temperature. According to this inversion temperature, we will write 2a by RT is equal to b. So if you use this b value kante ఈ b value ఎక్కువ ఉండాలి, ఈ b value కంటే ఈ b value ఎక్కువ ఉంటే దాని అప్పుడు అది కూలింగ్ ఎఫెక్ట్ అనేది ప్రొడ్యూస్ అవుతుంది. ఓకే, సో దిస్ ఇస్ ద కాన్సెప్ట్ Joule-Kelvin effect. So this is very important as a question. So please note everybody. I'll move to attendance. I'll take attendance right now. So after that you will please everybody note this question.